Hello everyone, and welcome to the Library Kitchen here at the Gloucester County Public Library. I'm Chris, and today, with it being fall, we're making pumpkin spice cake. Now this is a semi-homemade cake, which means we're going to be using a box mix, but I'm still making it at home, and I'm going to be adding in some additional ingredients to the box mix to make the perfect fall pumpkin spice bundt cake. So let's review our ingredients. We're going to be using a box mix, which is Duncan Hines Spice Cake as our base. We're going to be using a box of instant vanilla pudding. We're going to be using some cinnamon, a couple eggs, some canned pumpkin, oil, water, and some chopped pecans. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got our mixer set up. Now you can use a hand mixer, you can use a whisk, if you don't want to use any mixers at all. I'm going to use my stand mixer because it just makes things go a little quicker. So we're going to start with our spice cake mix into our mixing bowl. We're going to add our vanilla pudding. That's one small box of vanilla instant pudding. We're going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to add 1 cup of canned pumpkin. Now, don't use the organic pumpkin because it's a little watery. So I like to use a brand like Libby's pumpkin, and that's going to go right into our mix. Once we're done with that, we're going to put it on the stand mixer and combine those ingredients. And we're going to mix our ingredients on low just to get things incorporated for just about 30 seconds or so. And then we're going to start adding our other ingredients. Okay, so our ingredients have become a little incorporated. We're going to go ahead and put in an egg, one at a time, into our mix. And again, you're going to mix on low speed. Now that all of the eggs have been incorporated into the batter, and you want to make sure you mix until you don't see any of the yellow of the egg before adding the next egg. And then once all of the yellow has been incorporated into your batter, you can start with your oil and then your water. So for now, I'm going to turn it back on low and pour in the liquid, the oil slowly. Now for our water, and this is just a half a cup of water into the batter. We're now going to let our mixture run for about 3 minutes on low speed. This doesn't need to be at a higher speed than maybe the 1 or 2 on your mixer or on your hand mixer. But it's just to get things incorporated. You do not want to overmix this batter because it can make the cake a little tough. So again, 3 minutes on low speed. At the very end, we're going to fold in our chopped pecans, and that's a half a cup of chopped pecans. So 3 minutes on low speed. It's been 3 minutes and we're now ready to stir in our chopped pecans. Now we're going to put in these pecans and we're going to fold in by hand. Again, we don't want to overmix, so we're not going to use the mixer for this part of the process. So we don't want a tough cake. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in a half a cup of chopped pecans, and these pecans are actually, you can buy them in the store as baking pieces, and so they're already chopped in smaller bits than the half pecans that you normally would buy at the store. So we're going to go ahead and add those to our cake mix and just give a quick folding to get the pecans incorporated throughout the batter. And just a few turns of the spatula is really all you need. All right, I think that looks good. We're gonna go ahead and spray our bundt pan. This is our 10-cup bundt pan, and we're gonna go ahead and spray it with some Pam for baking. You could also use Baker's Joy or something like that. So just give it a good spray so that nothing sticks. And we're gonna bake this cake at 350 for 45 to 55 minutes, depending on your oven. Once you put the batter in, give the pan a bit of a bang on the counter just to help release any air pockets or bubbles in the batter. And then into the oven it will go. Smooth out your batter, bang it on the counter a few times, make sure there's no air bubbles, and then into the oven, 350, 45 to 55 minutes. So folks, since we've got the one cake in the oven baking, I made one earlier today, and I've let it cool. For these cakes, you would like to take them out of the oven when they're done, and then let them sit in the pan and cool for 10 minutes before putting them on a cooling rack. Once the cake is cooled and ready to serve, you can do a lot of things. You can make a quick glaze with powdered sugar, milk, a little bit of maple syrup or vanilla. But what I like to do, because this is such a quick and easy cake to make, is I just like to dust it with a little powdered sugar. And so again, I just take a little strainer with a little bit of sugar and then just dust the top of the cake. And it just gives it a nice little look and feel. This is a great cake with a nice cup of coffee or a hot cup of tea, especially as the nights are starting to get cooler now in the fall. So we just did a little light dusting of powdered sugar, and that stuff will go everywhere, just to let you know. So we're ready to cut our cake. So we're just gonna cut us a nice little slice. And again, if you love pumpkin spice like I do, this is a perfect cake for you. So, perfect little slice of cake. A little powdered sugar. Again, you could put a little whipped cream. You could do a little quick glaze. But there it is. Pumpkin spice bundt cake, semi-homemade, right here at the library. Enjoy. Boom.